Good morning. My name is Jessica Dominguez with Love Thy Neighbor, and today I want to talk about how to navigate housing resources for renters and homeowners. I recognize that we're living in very uncertain and stressful times, and there are a lot of housing resources out there, but sometimes it's overwhelming to dig in and you don't really know where to start. And so I made just a little video that I think would be a good starting place for a lot of people. So today we're going to talk about housing counseling agencies. You will always want to work with a housing counselor that's HUD approved. HCAs they're also called. We're going to talk about the background of HUD approved housing counseling agencies, and is housing counseling right for me, and how do I find a HUD approved housing counselor? So housing counselors have been around for about 50 years. HUD, which is the Department of Housing and Urban Development, is a federal agency responsible for national policy and programs that address America's housing needs. One of these programs, of course, is the housing counselors that we often hear about. I most often hear about them working with first-time homebuyers, but they do a lot of other things as well. The important thing is that housing counselors are trained and approved by HUD to provide tools to current and prospective homeowners and renters so they can make responsible choices to address their housing needs in light of their financial situations. So what do housing counselors do? Well, they can help counsel about preventing foreclosures. They can help with financial management, budget counseling, reverse mortgages, first-time home buyer classes, protecting and building credit, mortgage questions. They can help with counseling around mortgage delinquency and default resolution, and rental housing counseling. So I thought this video was helpful to explain just if housing counseling is right for you or me.
When it comes to that roof over your head, probably your biggest expense every month, there are lots of important questions. Should you rent? Should you buy? And what can you afford? What mortgage options are best for you? How do you get your finances and your credit under control and make a workable budget so you can make your mortgage payment and all your other expenses? If you already own that roof over your head but are having a tough time making your payments, how can you avoid foreclosure and keep your home? It can all be so stressful and confusing. You need the right answers from people you can trust. A HUD-approved housing counselor is an experienced...
So this last part, a HUD-approved housing counselor is an experienced, trained professional. I think that's very important. And oftentimes these services are free. So that leads me to my next question. How do I find a HUD-approved housing counselor? I'm glad you asked. So this website, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, if you go here, you can search by your zip code, find a counselor, and it'll bring all the counselors in the Denver metro area. What I want to point out is that it also lists their services. So you can dig in a little bit and see what your needs are and call someone. If you're looking for pre-purchase counseling, you see here that Del Norte provides that. Oh, sorry. So again, here are some of the things that they counsel around: how to prevent foreclosure. They help with financial management and budget counseling, reverse mortgage counseling, first-time homebuyer classes, protecting and building credit, mortgage questions, counseling around mortgage delinquency and default resolution, and rental housing counseling. You can also call the Homeowners Hope hotline. I just called that and it is working. You could speak with a HUD certified counselor, and they do speak Spanish. So I hope this was helpful. I'll put the links, I'll connect the links, and I'm going to have another video soon. I'm not sure what I'm going to do it about. If you have any questions, why don't you message me, and then maybe I could do a video around some of your needs and wonderings.